Hi, I'm Lisa Umfleet, pharmacist with Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, and I'm here today to talk to you about the alarming epidemic of drug abuse in our country. Did you know that drug overdose causes more deaths than auto accidents every year and is the leading cause of death in young people? Deputy Carver is our special guest here today, and he's going to provide some insight into drug abuse and overdose.
Hi, how are you, Lisa?
I'm good, great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, Deputy Carver, what does DARE stand for, and what kinds of things do you talk about with the kids?
Well, DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. So essentially, it's an educational program that we do. I'm in the school for about a semester with all the students, and the hope and the goal is to educate these guys and give them some skills, make them first aware of what the dangers can be, make them aware of the consequences, and give them some skills to actually react and deal with the different pressures and things that they're going to be, that obviously comes with growing up, especially in our world today.
Okay.
So in the DARE program, we talk about decision making, we talk about peer pressure and bullying, we talk about personal safety, we talk about and we role play different ways to be in charge and to not let other people manipulate us. We talk about understanding some of the effects of some of these different drugs. So those are all things that I have an opportunity to discuss with my students.
Okay, great. And how have the kids responded to the DARE program?
Oh, it's fantastic. This is my 20th year. I just closed my 20th year teaching DARE, and so in that amount of time, I think I've had many kids come back. I call them kids. They're young people now.
Sure.
That I'm getting old. But I've had a lot of students come back to me and talk to me about, well, I was in this situation, and then I suddenly remembered, hey, I could do this, or I could do that, or this is something I could say, or oh, wait a minute, that's really dangerous. And so that's been a big part of the program. Also, a big part of the program is just the personal interaction that I get with my students. They come to me and talk to me about things in their lives that they need some help with. So I think that's a part of the DARE program that's really vital and really important, is that you're just a really good resource for the students.
Well, I know you've had all of my children in
have.
DARE, and we're going to hear from Nora here in a little bit.
Nice.
But you have made a big impact on them. I know
thank
the DARE program is a great resource, and I think that's the key, is educating the kids early, because it's not just drugs, street drugs. It's also prescription drugs that are now a problem. So that's why we just want to make sure that the kids are aware that just because they're prescription doesn't mean that it's safe for them to use.
Absolutely, and we talk about that in the middle school DARE program more so than with the fifth graders. But it's interesting that I first learned of some terms that are used by kids that I think many parents don't know. When kids were talking about, I overheard some kids at an event, and they were talking about that they used the term fishing and farming.
I've heard that, yes.
And I thought, farming, that's an interesting conversation I'm hearing. And then I realized what they were really talking about, and so I'm learning from them too. And then by using that and being able to instruct other students, and hey, if you hear this term, this might not be a good party to go to. Right.
Well,
Or an M&M or a Skittles party, things like that are all prescription drug parties. So.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Madison, and I'm a pharmacy student at St. Louis College of Pharmacy. Now let's listen to what some of the kids have to say about drug abuse and addiction.
My name is Nora Umfleet. I go to North County, and I'm getting ready to go into the 6th grade.
I'm Aiden Clay, and I go to North County Parkside Elementary. I'm just about to go into the 4th grade.
My name is Emma Ravel. I go to Fredericktown Middle School, and I am going into 7th grade.
Can you tell me what drugs are?
Usually there's two different ways that you can explain it. One is in like medicine, the other as in like illegal drugs like marijuana and cocaine and such and such.
Drugs are good and bad things, in my opinion. They can help a lot of people and sometimes hurt a lot of people too.
Can you tell me, like, in your own words, what drug abuse is?
I think that like drug abuse is when people take drugs and then they like can't stop, or there's something physically wrong with their body or mentally wrong with their body because of drugs.
Whenever a person takes so many drugs that they can't stop, or they think that they can only rely on drugs to get through a day or to feel better and stuff like that.
So what would you do if someone asked you to take drugs?
I would politely say no thanks and then walk away.
I would tell them, no, leave me alone, and I would run off.
Well, who should you take medicine from?
My pharmacist or my doctor?
Your parents or somebody that you trust, or a pharmacy.
Pharmacies and doctors, nurses.
Please don't hesitate to research your options for help for yourself or your loved ones. If you're not sure where to start by talking to one of Parkland Health Mart's pharmacists. They can help connect you with local organizations that provide treatment and counseling. There are also many resources available online. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration at www.samhsa.gov to find organizations to turn to for assistance with drug and substance abuse. Also, you can visit www.dare.gov to read about the great work that the DARE organization is doing across the country.